If you've been on YouTube searching for strength training or weightlifting workouts, then the chances are you've come across Michelle Brehiler or Kaleigh Cohen. I've been working out at home with YouTube videos for more than 4 years now, and while I've only been testing these two for the last several weeks, I know what makes a workout program stick and what doesn't. And today I'm breaking down for you both of these channels using my 5-part rating system to help you figure out which one might be right for you. And trust me when I tell you, they're not as similar as you think they would be, and I think one of them will suit you more than the other, but we'll get into that later. So first, let's meet our competitors. Our first is Michelle Brehiler, and she's been on YouTube since 2013. She's a certified personal trainer with over 300,000 subscribers as I'm filming this video. Her channel covers, honestly, just about everything. She has strength-based workouts, she has resistance bands, rebounder, HIIT, cardio, Pilates. For my test, I did focus on her strength training workouts primarily because that's the focus of this channel, but I did try one of her PYO workouts as well. On the other side of things, you have Kaleigh Cohen, who is also a certified personal trainer and has been on YouTube since 2021. She also has a separate cycling channel, but we're going to stick to focusing on her strength training workouts for this video because that's where I put my focus. As of filming this video, she has around 400,000 subscribers. So they're pretty similar relatively from the YouTube landscape.
All right, we're done. That was like some special sort of ab torture. I'm sure you caught my cat making the degree of difficulty more difficult today. She go help her. Well, she do might as well help her. So, day one with Michelle Brehiler. Am I saying that correctly? Brehiler. I'm sure I'm getting that wrong. I usually am. But anyway, day one, solid workout. I appreciated her like cueing and stuff, and I appreciate that she's trying to torture me with a stability ball because I'm always looking for new ways to torture myself, right? So, all right. Next workout will either be full body or legs. Haven't decided yet. Guess we'll see what kind of run I have that day. But I'll see you soon. Bye, friends. Well, hello, neighbor. How are ya? So yeah, upper body is done. I think this was, what is it about people named Kaleigh that are just like so like chill and down to earth? Because every person I've ever met with the name Kaleigh is just super chill and like down to earth. What's that about? Is your name Kaleigh? If your name is Kaleigh, are you chill and down to earth? Or are you a hyperfixator and overthinker like I am? Okay. Anyway, so I enjoyed that workout. Today was why I'm doing this with my hands is idiotic because I've already just worked my arms. But so one of the challenges I think with a no repeat style of workout, and this is not a reflection of Kaleigh, this is just like a note for me really, is that when you think about single exercises and only doing like one round of each one, I feel like you have to get the weight more correct to get the most out of a workout. And that's why more often than not, I do prefer some sort of workout where I have to do multiple sets of the same thing to get to muscle fatigue. That way, in case I don't get the weight quite right on the first round, I've got another round that I can really push. And so I think if you are somebody who likes the one round and you like a no repeat style of workout, I think that's fine. I think you just have to be a little more careful with what weight you're choosing because once that set is over, you're done. You know what I mean? So I think that's something that I like to consider. I think if you're like it would seem like a single round of an exercise as a beginner would be a good thing, but I actually think if you are like a beginner or more of a newbie, you should avoid doing no repeat because that way you get more practice with that set and can actually push yourself. That's part of the reason why I like supersets so much, and I really like doing more than one round of an exercise so that I can make sure I'm adequately pushing myself. So anyway, random food for thought today, but I enjoyed Kaleigh's workout so far. She is another talker, so I think she makes for good competition for Michelle. So I will be back with full body or legs, depending on how my legs are feeling in the next day or two, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Fun factor. The fun factor is about how enjoyable a workout is, because if it's not fun, chances are you're not likely to stick with it. I know I am certainly not likely to stick with it. And for Michelle, I did find her workouts to be challenging, but in a fun way. She's very straightforward and easy to follow. She keeps you engaged with her cueing and encouragement along the way. She is a talking workout channel, as is Kaleigh, but I personally don't mind that. I know some people feel very strongly about talking versus non-talking, and she is a talking channel, which I do agree can be helpful, especially if you're new to lifting. But for me, I still give her fun factor a 5 out of 5. I found her videos fun and entertaining. Kaleigh's workouts, though, they're also fun. She's a bit chattier, honestly, probably even more so than Michelle, but her chattiness is a bit more lighthearted, but she also does bring the energy and the cueing as well. Her style is very much traditional strength training, which I love. And so, of course, that means I'm also going to give her a 5 on this one. The category 2 is sweat level, and this is really just about the effectiveness, not just how sweaty you get, because sweaty doesn't necessarily dictate that you got a good workout, but it was a more fun name. So this is basically about how the workouts are structured, and if they're structured to deliver results.
Kind of can't breathe. Another full body in the books with Michelle. I really appreciate her. That's what happens when you do burpees and dry talk. Okay. I really appreciate her like thoughtful tips. Like, it's like she's not talking just to talk. Whatever it is that she's going to say to you is because it's like offering some sort of value. So I really appreciate that about her workouts. Because like I sometimes feel like an instructor will like chat just to chat, and I don't necessarily have a problem with that. But I appreciate the value that she's offering. That was a spicy finisher. It's times like this where she was like doing the balancing stuff at the start of the finisher of like, I'm taken back to how hard that would have been for me a few years ago, like doing these workouts, and how much I would have struggled with that. And so like, it's one of those times where like, I wish I had that footage to like show myself, and I really wish I had better documented that. So if you're on this journey and you haven't been documenting that stuff, document that stuff. Document, as silly as it sounds, document your struggles doing these kinds of things, because it would be really cool to see how far you've come with more practice and more reps.
If you find this video useful, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know it's useful and helpful in some way, so it'll share it out to others who are looking for good at-home workouts. Michelle's strength training workouts are definitely effective. I don't know about the other formats on her channel. I think it kind of depends upon your goals as to what you're looking for and what the strengths are. But the strengths that she really shines in is her weightlifting workouts. So I would give those a 5 out of 5 from a formatting standpoint. I think they're very effective. And I think they would definitely, if you kept following the program and doing things the way that she's suggesting that you do them, you would see the results that you're hoping to see from a lean, sculpted physique kind of standpoint.
Man, I just love a drop set. I did have to pull back a little because my foot started hurting again. I know y'all don't care about my foot, but I did end up pulling back a little because my foot started hurting again, and it wasn't really hurting this morning, so I'm gonna have to try not to hurt myself, but the show must go on. Anyway, so solid workout. That is a great and very efficient way. Drop sets are a very efficient way to like get a good solid workout in a shorter window of time.
Kaleigh's workouts are kind of the same way in that they're both super effective, and I feel like regardless of if she's giving you a full body or she's giving you a targeted workout of some kind, they're all really well done and super effective. So I think she's also a 5 out of 5. In terms of time friendliness, this is about looking at whether the workouts would fit into different schedules. And for us who are moms, that is a really important factor. Can I get a quality workout in a good amount of time? Michelle offers a wide range from about 20 minutes to 45. These inform a warm-up and a cool down, and I like that there's some flexibility there. I like that she's offering us a variety of workouts in like a window of time, so you can pick and choose what's best for your schedule in that moment of time so that we can do something instead of nothing. But Kaleigh also offers a variety of workouts. I noticed 15 minutes all the way up to like 45 or so, and I really feel like with her sessions as well, there's really no wasted time. You absolutely are getting the most, whether it's a targeted session or whether it's a session where you're doing full body, you're really getting the most out of targeting those muscle groups. And I also really appreciate the fun and interesting formatting of Kaleigh's videos because she offers a lot of variety between like supersets or, one and done, no repeat style workouts. She's kind of all across the board, but in a good way that keeps you doing the same repeated workouts, but not the exact same way to kind of shake it up. So category 4 is the stick with it factor. And honestly, this is just about whether or not I would continue to follow these workouts for the long term and if I would commit to one of their programs. For Michelle, she does offer a program style of playlist, which is a big selling point for me. If you've been around here at all, you know how much I love playlists and how much I prefer those, because for me, that takes the planning and prep out, which when you're especially first starting out, that's a really important step. I really just, for me, needed somebody to tell me this is what you need to do to target these muscle groups. And so I appreciate that she has the monthly calendar that she offers. And for me, that's honestly pretty key. So that gives her a 5 out of 5. Kaleigh doesn't offer a specific structured programs. And in fact, I couldn't find but like 1 or 2 programs throughout her channel, which is a letdown for me. But she does organize her videos in a posting way that I feel like is very effective. So if you just followed the videos as they went in order, it would make sense to build muscle in that way. And I also think she is motivating. And so because of that, I would stick with her videos, I think, and try them. So I would say 5 out of 5 for her as well. I would certainly continue her programs. Category 5, this one is about personal style. And really this is just kind of about their vibe and overall communication. Michelle has other people in the background of her videos, which I think is fun. I think it's nice to be able to see what other people look like when they're doing the workout as well, so you have another base of comparison. She also offers a membership program where you can get early access to her newest content. As I've mentioned before, though, she is does quite a lot of talking, so that may or may not be the perfect match for you. She wasn't quite the perfect match for me. I liked her, but it wasn't like quite the ideal fit. So I ended up giving her a 4 out of 5, but that's really just out of personal preference. So Kaleigh is a little bit different. She doesn't offer any paid programs. I do really like her coaching style. What's interesting about her coaching style is that she does a warm-up with lighter dumbbells as she's getting started, and there's also a cool down included, in case I forgot to mention that, which it makes sense from a sense of like strength training. But since there aren't any structured programs, it does kind of reel it back for me, and that gives you a 4 out of 5. So in the end, ultimately, this did end up being a tie. Both Michelle and Kaleigh are excellent, though, and they are different, though, enough that I think that there might be one that's more right for you and might better fit your style. So if you want variety and structured playlists, Michelle's probably more your bet. But if you prefer traditional strength training and you really like a great coach, I think Kaleigh's a fantastic choice. But I'd love to know, if you've done the workouts of either of these channels, what were your scores, or what would you score them based on the things that I am saying to you? And drop those in a comment below so we can have a discussion. Also, feel free to let me know what breakdowns you want next, and subscribe so you don't miss those. Please recommend any YouTube channels you'd like me to break down for you in the next one. And until next time, bye friends.